And welcome back, my friends. Welcome back to Sexy Age of Wonders, where I am continuing on with Age of Wonders. Last time we almost failed, but not really. I actually do not remember what last time happened, and I hate actually saying last time this happened. Watch the goddamn video and see it for yourself, for fuck's sake. Nonetheless, last time something happened. This time around, the enemy is on the move, and they have, actually quite a big army, and specifically because they have two darters, so these evil goblin darters, and they're very difficult to, well, not to kill, but to actually survive their poison arrows of doom, darts, not arrows, but still. And these things, they have a catapult and they have a ballista. These two things are so difficult. They can kill so many units, and I mean it. They can kill so many units. They don't care. They eat people. And I do remember them specifically on this mission that I had to reload so many times because of them. As they alone, I mean, if you thought Goblin Darters can defend the freaking city, these things can defend the freaking city. Now, they did make it much easier in the next two games, the sieges, specifically sieges, as these things are nothing to fear in the next few games, not that much at least. And again, you usually need these kind of weapons to breach the walls, while in Age of Wonders 2 and 3 you don't need these weapons to breach the walls. Honestly, you don't have to ever build catapults or anything like that. I mean, they have their own advantages, but you don't need to build them. As again, I mean, that's one of the the problems that I have with Age of Wonders 2, Shadow Magic, and 3 is that they were simplifying the sieges, and the siege equipment became irrelevant almost, and that's something I don't like. But still, we're playing Age of Wonders 1, so we're gonna be continuing on to see how this is gonna go. I'm hopeful they will move away, because that's gonna help this group for now. While this actual group that is pretty much massive, as you can see, we're moving our siege equipment of our own onto this stone something. We're gonna be taking it in the next turn probably, hopefully. It all depends on how much armies they have here. If we can capture this before anything else, that could be amazing. If not, we are fudged. We are freaking fudged. We shall see. Of course, I'm sending as much as I can. We are building a bunch of stuff. Let me see. Halfling Slinger, of course. Merchandise, good. Which actually we will be needing that merchandise. We need, okay. Olisar and Eastwick do produce merchandise at the moment, and Trelson. Now, of course, the Hillsbury, being that it is actually quite an upgraded city, it is producing units in one turn. So compared to any other city, I mean, that's 2 turns for each other city. That's a lot, and that means this thing just constantly spits out units, and that's a good thing for us, as we can actually make them faster. But the enemy probably has, this thing is this, so it is like Hillsbury. It is an upgraded goblin town, which means if we can take this would be a big triumphant victory, and we will be taking it the next turn, because we have a big army, and we have an army that has 2 battering rams. We can breach the walls. We can go from the sides, right, from the upper and down side, depending from where we deploy, and just attack them and split their forces, because usually, as we have seen, they have 4 units they're defending, which are the Goblin Daughters, and we can split them up, and it's a GG. Basically, it's gonna be a GG. There's just no way for them to win that. So let's end and see how this is gonna go, because this could be a good thing. Okay, they're running away, so they know that we know that they know that they're coming, and they know that we know that they know that someone is coming again. We're repeating this from the last time, but still, they know, because they see everything, and we know that they see everything. So that means that we have to move in with as fast as possible towards the enemy. I'm hoping I don't just hit the freaking wall of doom, like right there, gonna be like a gazillion of people. Let me move a little bit closer. Okay, you see, we're close. We're that close. We are that close. As long as we stick this massive group right here. Excellent. And the best thing is, we are right next to each other, which means that we can just have fun. We can attack these bastards in the next turn and win the city. The problem is going to be holding the city, considering the amount of enemy units the enemy will have, right? That's going to be the problem. So I'm going to move this horseman, that is the halfling pony rider. Yeah, like he's going to join the main army here. Considering that all these cities are now halfling cities, it's a good thing. And do remember, we're building fortifying Mistcleave, which we migrated all, made a migration upon it, and there are no more goblins inside. So we fortified this city. It's gonna be perfect to do whatever we want with it. So first move the pony rider to join the army. Now this is of course our leader unit, our beautiful queen of halflings at the moment. We're gonna be moving maybe this one specifically, this one unit to scout up the areas around. To be honest, if we had more pony riders, I think that would be perfect because, of course, of the movement points, the amount of movement points they actually have compared to, of course, a regular halfling. As you can see here, 32 movement points compared even to 36, and you can see here that again through the woods, walking and through the woods, she has the perfect stuff for all that. She doesn't get a penalty in forests compared to the halflings, of course, as they don't have anything. They walking, strike, and charge, and that's it. Now we have a wizard tower, which is our first wizard, so we can buy spells from it. But to be honest, maybe at some point I would care enough to do that. And that's gonna be it. We're gonna try and defeat enemy armies as much as possible. But to be honest, I would like to maybe go through through these locations, maybe explore a little bit. Yeah, I'm gonna explore a little bit with this halfling because we need to know. We need to know Mountain Pass of Lushire. Okay, Mountain Pass. I mean, something is beyond all this probably. I mean, do remember, I think that there is a third party here, Now, neutrals, of course, usually, as you can see. Of course, here you can see exactly the amount of flags of races that are on the map and all that. So, that tells you there's a third race or just a neutral race that just doesn't do anything around the map. That can maybe have been these hobbits, these halflings here all this time, but hey, I don't know. You don't know. Nobody knows. Let's see, money, it's okay, we can deal with that. Let's see, halfling slinger again, excellent. Change, we get some pony riders, we can queue that pony rider. We're gonna queue a little bit of you, yes, thank you very much. Slingers, yeah, I mean, slingers, easier to kill, as you can see. Actually defense is the same thing, but still they have a freaking, sling thingy. Which can kill people, especially goblins. Thankfully, we're not fighting orcs. Those bastards are fucking hard to kill. Honestly, those bastards are hard to kill. And plus, orcs have certain abilities, of course, that other races don't have. And that's again the beautiful thing about this entire game. This series is just the amount of detail there is to it, and the amount of exploration on each race. That's just amazing, like right there, just freaking amazing. How the hell do goblins have actual port? They have a port. They have a port and they have a dragon ship. Oh man, it's gonna be scary, but you know how they say, if it's scary, it's usually good. Because we do have enough of mana, well not really, 34 again plus 2, not a huge chunk, considering the amount that we put on magic, that is, you see 12 turns remaining. So in terms of spells, of course, we're gonna again see if we can cast at least some good spells, like Enchant Weapon. But again, that's an upkeep of 2, which is funny now that it's only 2 that we are producing amount of. That's only from a hero. We have that life node that we cannot utilize as we don't have a sphere of life. By default, you do have it by the default character, but as we built that character, we do not have that ability to utilize it now, which could be a bad thing in all these campaigns. No, in this specific campaign with all these missions, because I might have handicapped myself in a bad way because of that. But nonetheless, for now, I'm gonna leave it. I'm not gonna actually do anything. Hell's bells. It's only +2. Maybe if we allow power distribution, like, just give us a little bit more. 14 turns, okay. By 3, okay. Set. You know, that way at least I can drop one nuke, so to speak, on one of these units to enchant them for as, you know, much as possible. Which in Nature's Blessing, +1 to attack, +1 to defense, and +1 to resistance. But it's already done by this turn anyway, so if we can cast in on some of these units, it would help, specifically maybe on Pony Riders, as they are our main hardcore troop. So we may actually utilize one of the spells that our queen has, like Enchant Weapon. Yeah, specifically because these guys are going to be fighting anyway. Yeah, I can't, because I'm just not close enough to drop the nuke. Now, in Age of Wonders 2 and Age of Wonders 3, specifically in Age of Wonders 2, you have heroes and your main leader, which is a mage. And in those, you know, in that game, Age of Wonders 2 and Shadow Magic, they have a territory of interest, so to speak. Not really, just the territory of magic, power, distribution to other units. You know, whatever. Forgot freaking name of it. Anyway, the point is, you can just drop. You have the circle that, you know, in which territory you can drop the magic itself, which can enhance the units and all that. Then you have the power nodes and stuff. I don't know about this game that it has all that. It could be just specifically it was added to the Age of Wonders 2 and all that. But definitely you can see that I cannot drop this magic enhanced weapon on this amount of, well, on this specific unit here, because it's too far away. Again, all troops are gonna go here because I am, again, it's a leader. If she dies, it's a GG. It's always a GG. So let's end and see how this is gonna go. Okay, the good thing is no enemy around the city, right? Always a good thing. I'm gonna say before attacking, because we learned that say before you move deep into the enemy territory, because you might get fudged in the ass. So we're gonna be attacking from the front with this army, and attacking from behind with this army. So that way we can just attack and rape, pillage, and burn. Tactical fight. Okay, I'm hoping both armies are. You see, we're gonna have to split these forces. I mean, that's at least now like the most dangerous army now. But if you have seen the previous video, these guys killed most of our things. So it's time to move our. Oh, could it be? I'm not so certain. Let me see. No. It would seem that there's a specific formation that you may be able to set up before the battle and stuff like that, like in Heroes 4, I believe. Yeah, I think in Heroes 4's Might and Magic, you have that ability where you can set up on your, on leaders. Well, actually, I think you can do it in all Heroes games, where you specifically position that card before this card and you make it the formation at the beginning. Yes, yeah, I think all Heroes actually have that. Okay, so this is gonna be the gist of it. We're gonna be moving and splitting these forces up for as much as possible, because that's gonna be the most amazing thing ever. Go here. Excellent. We're gonna see which force is gonna move where. That is the amount of these monsters. Gonna go attacking this gate. We're gonna be attacking this gate. They have to split, no matter what. They have to split. Okay, I'm gonna, of course, we have to move these guys. We have to move our main force, because we have to lure them. We have to lure the enemy. We have, of course, 2 slingers here, which we could utilize against the enemy while they are firing at our forces. We can fire upon their forces. Now, do remember, in sieges, we can actually fall back and, fall back, retreat. We can retreat. We've done too many times. This time around, we have to win. But these guys could be freaking OP. You know, these guys could be definitely OP as fudge. We have to be careful, though. We have to be careful. The thing is, it would seem they don't have penalty shooting behind their own walls, but we have a penalty shooting from the front walls part, so to speak, from our side upon the city itself. So we have a penalty if you're close to walls. You know, you can hit those walls with whatever you're throwing, right? In this case, these guys can go up to this location, shoot their arrows, darts, or whatever at us, and they won't gonna have any penalties. That's gonna be 3 times, and they're gonna kill probably one of the units, and poison damage, which is even worse. Okay, let's end this. Okay, they are moving. They are moving. They know they want something. Okay, they're definitely going to this side, which is good. This way we can avoid the massive damage on this side. Excellent, excellent. This is good. Now we can, instead of attacking them, we will attacking them with the battering ram on this location, though. We're gonna be attacking with battering ram on this location, and attacking them from right instead, from this front here. We're gonna be attacking on this gate here. There are a lot of gates. I mean, I don't like the Age of Wonders 3. That's not like the worst thing about it is that you don't have this kind of sieges. There are no battles in the city, so you don't have that kind of like utilizing the city and that is the city itself and the buildings inside of the city to counter the enemy some way. Okay, let's get the pony riders up here, like beasts they are. And because this army here is melee oriented instead of we don't even have a slinger in this army here. So if we can try to do this with the minimum amount of casualties if possible. Because the moment we enter the city, it's a GG for the enemy, as they're not gonna be able to shoot over the walls because we're gonna be already here, and they can't hit us because of the obstacles. Again, fighting in the city, there are obstacles, and these darters are, of course, darters. They are ranged unit. They don't have a melee, so there you go. But they have a 4 damage, so. So here again we have some units, some sexy units. Let's move them over here. Thank you very much. We have these beautiful slingers. Fall back, because the distance, it could be ridiculous. I don't know if there's abilities to actually see the distance of these bastards for how much they can actually shoot, but we will know soon enough. But still, it would be nice to see the exact distance, the circle from which you can shoot, so I can, you know, manage. But that's also an okay thing, because you don't know. You know, you don't know, and it's not like mainstream kind of stuff. I would like to not lose any of the slingers, considering they only have 2. Because for next battle, when we try to hold this, we will need some kind of slingers. See? Distance is ridiculous. Just ridiculous distance, like, holy shit. Okay, wall crushing. We can't do it, so it's a good thing. Excellent. Okay, so this bastard thinks he's cool, right? He thinks he is cool. Let's move in and crush some walls. Well, gates at this point, not really wall, but there you go. And I was thinking that hiding behind the walls, getting that close, they won't be able to do anything because they will probably hit the walls themselves because of the proximity, but that doesn't work. And they're gonna probably go for our best units anyway. That's gonna be the pony riders, which is of course another good thing. He's poisoned, so he's gonna probably die anyway, so great stuff. Unbelievable distance, as you have seen yourself, unbelievable distance. And they killed actually one of our slingers. Hurl stones, as you can see, the distance is ridiculous. And of course we hit the wall, but they don't. It's kind of ridiculous thing, but it's like, okay, you know, like, you can't really attack the game cause of, you know, it's a game. Deal with it, so to speak. And yes, I'm gonna actually do this because in the next turn we should break walls, I believe. Or in next, well, I actually don't know. I can't remember how many turns we need to break the walls themselves. Let's go and see. Unbelievable damage, as I said. Unbelievable damage they can do. Is that broken? Does that mean it's broken? It's probably broken. No, it's not. I don't know if that's broken or not. Let's see. No, it's not. Excellent. Move in. Excellent. There goes one at least. My pony rider may die. And he won't succeed in actually reaching that place. So let's hide behind the tree. So we lost two of our curling stone dudes. Figures. Really, it figures that we're gonna be losing those units that I wanna try and avoid their death. But that's fine. Let's move behind in the line formation, because that's the only part we can actually get in from. The nice thing is also that you don't have to pull back your battering ram. They can actually move immediately with the units, charge inside, raid, pillage, and burn, which is totally cool. I like that. I like that addition. In Age of Wonders 2 and Shadow Magic, this doesn't happen. You have to move your unit behind and then move in with everything else. Because you that every unit can now break down doors in that game, yeah, it's kind of meh. Honestly, that's like the really poor part. I mean, features look awesome, but I just don't like the ability just to lose units that in that manner. It's stupid to me. I would try to attack these bastards as fast as possible with my pony rider, because honestly they give you an advantage. They can reach those enemy targets as fast as possible, and that's cool. They utilize the wolf riders so many times upon us, so why not we utilize our pony riders upon them? Let's move inside, go. Excellent, everybody is closing in upon the enemy. We have one damnable goblin dead, so it's now their choice to see what the fudge they're gonna be doing. The good thing about this is when they move, they can't do anything. They just can't shoot. It's over for them. They need a full turn to shoot all 3 darts. It's nice that you missed. Excellent, he's dead. Excellent. Hello, who was shooting my pony rider? Did you shoot at my pony rider? And you're dead. Unbelievable. We had so many problems with this specific city, and losing 2 units upon it was not a good thing. As you can see, so many upgrades on this city, because this city has been upgraded fully, but we can immediately migrate 4 turns. And that's of course the very needed thing for us. I'm gonna move in. And as you can see, we can put 2 units inside the city to defend because of how big the city truly is. When you have these small cities like we have, like these, you can't put 2 stacks of forces upon it, which is again another addition to the game. Compared to the later games specifically, it just has that. Well, those games also have it, but it doesn't feel so significant like in this one. Being that this is the first Age of Wonders. It was the first game. You didn't expect this amount of content. We have 12 races. So many. Every single race is different enough for you to enjoy it. It's not D&D race, which is a very big thing for me, because I'm not a fan of D&D. I consider it pretty boring. Why I consider it pretty boring is just it's basic. It's a cliche. It's everything that you've seen everywhere. After all, D&D is a big thing, and of course it's been here on this planet for eons, but it just doesn't have that. I prefer Warhammer Fantasy over D&D, for instance. This game has all the high fantasy sides that honestly, it's D&D, right? But it has enough for it to be and feel different. Wow, it feels like we can really traverse these mountain parts and maybe find something. Okay, well, we had a good run on this one. We fought a little bit, we talked a lot actually, and again the enemy is on the move and probably towards this force here, as we do not have anything there at the moment to defend, I believe. We have the gates, of course, thankfully we have the palisades at the moment. We could upgrade probably on something better. Let me just see if we can. Fortify, yeah. Town defenses, ground-based attacks must breach the wall to enter town. First level fortification is a wooden palisade. The second level is a stone wall, which of course is better, as you can, of course, I mean, the enemy has all those forces, and I would love this bad boy to have, like, as you can see, one turn for these golems. The problem is, all these things, well, actually, maybe better not to immediately migrate, as we need to hold this, and we do need a force, and we can build these things in 2 turns, ballistas, we can annihilate the enemy attacks, and specifically because we already lost enough. I mean, 4 turns for this thing to not get attacked by the enemy is gonna be a kind of difficult thing. I believe, at least it's gonna be kind of a difficult thing, to survive all that. I mean, we have a nice force, even a veteran force, as you can see yourself here, but I have a feeling I'm gonna have to choose. But that's gonna be in the next video. I wish you the very best as always. The next time, more love.